have some questions for you, Professor.
This is a surprise.
There's a rumor that Newt Scamander is headed to Paris. I know he's working under your orders. What do you have to say for yourself, Dumbledore?
If you'd ever had the pleasure to teach him, you'd know Newt is not a great follower of orders. The time's coming, Newt, when you're gonna have to pick a side.
Are you going somewhere?
No, we're going somewhere.
Jeez.
I can't move against Grindelwald. It has to be you.
Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be doing a video breaking down the trailer that you just watched for Fantastic Beasts 2, and it's titled The Crimes of Grindelwald. So I'm really excited, and this trailer was just on a whole nother level from what I actually expected, because we got so many cool shots and we got to visit some old really important things in the Harry Potter lore that I personally missed in the first Fantastic Beasts film. I really enjoyed the first Fantastic Beasts film. It's just there was only references. We didn't really get anything too concrete connecting to the past apart from obviously Grindelwald. If you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe if you're new so you don't miss any Fantastic Beasts or Harry Potter videos in the future, because I'm going to be making lots of these videos. So if you do enjoy, please be sure to turn on notifications, because I will be doing new Fantastic Beasts videos anytime we get any piece of footage or maybe some photos or some more information, if you guys do like these videos. So we're going to be breaking down the trailer chronologically, shot by shot. So in the first shot of the trailer, we get a majestic shot as we go over the hills and we see Hogwarts for the first time, and this was something that I really missed in the first film. So we are going back to Hogwarts. As you can see, it's just as fresh and new as it was in Harry Potter, so I'm really excited. And so following that shot, we go a bit closer, it pans in, and we get to see 3 people actually teleport there. So I'm unsure as to who they are, but I'm guessing they're from the Ministry of Magic, considering we got to see their members later in the trailer inside Hogwarts. Probably one of the most satisfying shots of the whole trailer is inside Hogwarts, inside the dorms. We get to see the students. Just the simplest of shots like this, just to show the students inside of Hogwarts, just gives you flashbacks to Harry Potter. Because me personally, I've watched the Harry Potter films over and over the years, and I just absolutely love them. They're my favorite films, and seeing these students being inside Hogwarts is just really nice to see that. So we get to see those 3 people and the other members of supposedly the Ministry of Magic enter Hogwarts via the massive doors, and we get a shot from behind of Professor Dumbledore, who is obviously very young. As you can see, he doesn't really have grey hair at all, and he's been played by Jude Law, so I'm really excited for his performance. I really do like Jude Law, and I have a lot of faith in him for actually portraying this character, because he's a good actor and he's got a lot to play with here. So the next shot, we see Dumbledore and he's actually interacting with those people that I was talking about earlier, and it does seem like these are from the Ministry of Magic. I'm not 100% on that, but they don't have American accents, so they're not from Yakuza most likely. And then we cut to a interesting shot of Newt, and he's in some sort of house. Maybe it's in America, we don't know, but he's putting together a postcard of Paris again, so obviously that's hinting at and throughout the trailer we get hints that he's going to Paris, and that's where the predominant part of the film is actually going to be set. And another really exciting shot is the next shot as we see the Deluminator in action finally in the Fantastic Beasts films. We haven't seen that yet, and that's just really satisfying to us Harry Potter fans, considering it was such a big thing in that opening scene in Harry Potter, and it really holds a place in our hearts, that specific spell. So then we cut to Newt Scamander, and he's actually in East Central, so he's in London, and he's looking up in the air, and supposedly this might be Big Ben. I'm not 100% sure. It does kind of look like it, but I don't know, it's really close up, but it's definitely a clock tower, and we get a really awesome voice overlay saying Dumbledore as he turns around, and we get to see Jude Law, and that's really exciting as we see him smile as he sees Newt behind, because, you know, throughout the whole trailer, they say, we know you're working with Newt, and he's like, yeah, Newt's probably not going to listen to me, but then he's actually talking to him. But then we get a shot inside of his office, and it's really great to be back on this set, because this holds a lot of prominence back in the Harry Potter films, and I'm excited to see all these different sets being used again or reused. So moving on, the next shot is of Grindelwald and supposedly of one of his followers, Rosier. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but we got a photo a while ago and they confirmed that that character would be a follower of Grindelwald's, and the hat she's wearing in this shot seems to be very similar, so I'm guessing it's the same person. So there is two options here. This is either at his trial, which is probably most likely, or this could be his followers. So I'm not 100% on this, but you guys will have to discuss it in the comments below and let me know your theories as to that shot. And then we get to see Tina, and Tina's returning, obviously along with most of the characters from the first film, and I'm not 100%, I can't crack down where she is in this shot, but potentially it's probably in Paris. So the following shot, we see two great characters reunited, that being Newt and Jacob, because they were really awesome in the first film. And we see Jacob, and he's sweating, and he's obviously really scared of this new creature that Newt's showing him, and that creature's in the background. So basically throughout the film they're going to be together, and although I don't think he's going to do a lot of the fighting, considering he's not a wizard, he's just going to tag along for a lot of it, and he's going to be quite crucial to the main plot of the story. And one of the most interesting shots is a shot inside of Paris, and we see in the far right corner Credence, and Credence has returned. He's trying to use his powers. Obviously we got the Shred. We knew that he survived after Fantastic Beasts because we saw part of him actually float up, and in a deleted scene I'm fairly certain he was actually seen going on the same boat as Newt, and so I think he's trying to control his powers in this shot, and he's with the new character called Maledictus, and I have no idea if I'm saying that right, but she is going to be a main part of the film, mainly to do with him, and they're mainly going to be around Paris. And so Queenie's back, and that's awesome to see her back. And then in the next shot we get a rather peculiar shot, and then it's followed by our first look at Lita Lestrange. And if you didn't know, Lita Lestrange in Fantastic Beasts, as it was briefly explained, was the ex-girlfriend of Newt Scamander, and she was the reason why he actually got expelled from Hogwarts. So it's going to be interesting seeing her in this film, and obviously she has a big connection to Bellatrix Lestrange, as you can imagine. And so moving on from that, we see the White Cliffs of Dover, and we see three figures in the background, and it seems to be like there is potentially something on the ground next to one of them, so maybe a suitcase or maybe something to help with the fight, but it does seem like this is probably just a secret meeting, because Dumbledore is obviously not going to be able to meet him in the open, because I think they're going to want Newt at some point. It seems to be, that's what I'm getting the hints. And we see Newt riding a underwater beast, and it's just a really cool shot, although it's kind of pixelated. I'm always excited to see new beasts, although they're not the most interesting thing compared to the wizarding side of the films. They were a pretty cool addition in the first film. So the next shot, we see a man, and he's in the sewers. As you can see, there is a sewer pipeline, and there is writing on the wall, and it seems to be more like hieroglyphs, and it obviously has some information, so I can't really make it out. But then we see a shot of Tina, and she's walking down a dark corridor. An interesting fact that you guys probably didn't know, this next shot is a carnival for curiosities, as it says, and this is based in Paris, and this is actually where Maledictus is actually going to be introduced, because she has a strong connection connection to this circus or whatever's going on here. And if you didn't know, that character has a blood curse and it destines her to transform into a beast, so she's going to be turning into a beast sometime in this film. So she's a interesting new character that they're bringing to the table here. And so Pickett is back and he's with Newt. That's just really cool to see. And then we get our first full-on face shot of Credence and he's getting angry. Maybe it's at the sight of Newt's commander, because Newt actually didn't really help him at the end. He couldn't. And then we cut to a scene of a house being destroyed and there's a guy in the distance and I can't really make it out who he is. But then we get our first shot of Tina and Newt back together, so I'm wondering if they're going to have any type of relationship in this film, because, you know, you got those feels at the end of Fantastic Beasts, so I'm excited to see them together. So they're running away from something. But then probably the best callback to the original films is this shot, and it's of the Thestrals, and we see two guys potentially flying out of Makusa. It does look like Makusa as far as I can see. And then we see some people on the broomsticks who are actually flying behind them. So the Thestrals were a big thing in the later Harry Potter films, and it's really cool to see them back. And obviously only people who have seen death can actually see them. So the best shot in the whole trailer is the shot where Dumbledore actually says, Newt, you're gonna have to defeat Grindelwald, I can't. I'm not actually sure as to why he can't. It's probably mainly just due to his job at Hogwarts and he's not allowed to leave the grounds, like to go fight Grindelwald or any other big thing. He has to, his loyalties have to stay with the school because he's the headmaster obviously. But the shot shows Grindelwald and oh my god, does Johnny Depp look a whole lot better than he did in the first film. So he has been there for a long time obviously, and so he's got a full-on beard, he's got long hair. This looks really scary, and this looks more like the original Grindelwald as far as I can see. I felt like in the first film where he actually made his first cameo, Johnny Depp was maybe a little bit too chubby. He just seemed to not really look too much like him compared to the original older version of Grindelwald, so I'm very excited. And he does look like the younger version in the pictures from Harry Potter a lot more with that long hair, so I'm excited to see that. I can't wait to see what Grindelwald has to offer. And so in the subsequent shot after that, we see a secret meeting in more of a smoky environment, portraying a more ominous mood with Jude Law's Dumbledore and Newt Scamander. And so they're going to have a few of these meetings throughout the film. And so the final shot of the trailer is really cool. This seems to be much more choreographed than before with Harry Potter and the way that they actually do it. So they're being attacked from above and it's Newt and his brother and they're finally fighting together. So we didn't see him in the first film, we got mentions of him and now we're finally seeing him, so I'm very excited for that. And they do a really cool wand trick that I don't think we've seen before, but it seems to be like it's most likely a protection spell because it pierces the floor and it follows around. So I'm guessing this is against Grindelwald and the army that he's going to be gathering and his followers. So I'm really excited. I'm loving the special effects in that last shot. I love the use of colors, the oranges, the yellows, the reds and the whites. It's really cool to see other spells. My big complaint with the first Fantastic Beasts film was actually just the use of the same spells throughout, just the Stupefy, and there was no Avada Kedavra, there was no Expelliarmus. They said Petrificus Totalis once, and that's about it really, and it was just some generic blue Stupefy spells, so I'm very happy that they're including this, and hopefully they do vary the spells in the second film. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, and if this did help you out, please be sure to leave a like and a comment, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.
Strong, it doesn't make us weak. Tongue-tied to service like shy preteens. I could only breathe.